On today's episode of The News, York Bridge improvements, blue and white coaches in Pitlochry, ScotRail service cutbacks across Scotland, Doncaster Museum, idiots on level crossings, and Doncaster Station. Now for a very interesting story about Mark III coaches. Thai restaurant planned for 40-year-old British rail carriages in Pitlochry in restored original livery. The people who have bought these coaches will be putting them near the railway line where the Intercity 7 trains run up and down the Highland Main Line daily. The owners also own a restaurant in the town of Pitlochry itself. Plans have been lodged to convert 40-year-old first-class train carriages into Thai restaurant beside Pitlochry Station, which will be restored to their original 1980 British Rail orange interior decor. Unlike older carriages which have been converted into cafes and restaurants in Dufftown, Glenfinnan and Grantown-on-Spey, the McCallans plan to restore their coaches to original decor for a more modern era. So a cool bit of HST. So first of all, plans to revamp York Railway Station and surrounding area have been revised. A segregated cycle lane running along the whole route and proposals to widen the pavement on Queen Street to create more space for people to walk to York Racecourse on race days. The planned multi-storey car park, which will be built behind York Railway Institute RI Gym, has also been comprehensively redesigned. So there are some lovely CGI'd images of the plan itself. As you can see, it's going to be flattened out so it's more pedestrian, car and bus friendly. Also, there will be seating areas, cycle lanes and other things to make the area much safer, because that area really does get congested. So some great news about that. And now for a much appreciated story from the new Doncaster Museum. Historic loco takes up residence in Doncaster as first ever heritage engine in town's museums. On a freezing Sunday morning, two low loaders travelled down from Shildon in the northeast. Their cargo was the first steam engine to go on permanent heritage display in Doncaster. The journey had taken it from its previous base at a museum called Locomotion, having set off at 6 a.m. The locomotive featured in this story is number 251, a large boiler Ivat Atlantic steam locomotive built in 1902. Built at Doncaster in 1902, withdrawn in 1947, this engine, designed by H.A. Ivat, inaugurated the big engine era on the East Coast route and the wide firebox in British Express locomotives. This is one of two locomotives built in Doncaster which will be featuring at this museum. The other loco I'm not too sure on what it will be, maybe Stirling Single or the other Ivat. Atlantic, Henry Oakley. Okay, ScotRail service cutbacks across Scotland. Take it away, Henry. ScotRail are going to be cutting back services between Inverness, Thurso and Wick, due to the second proper lockdown, if you can say that, here in Scotland. The 8:02 service in the morning has been cancelled due to, not enough people using the trains, same as the 14:56 service from Wick to Inverness. That is the train that I would, normally see in the, second lockdown before the trains were cut back. So I guess no trains I can see until Friday, Saturday and Sunday. So we'll just have to see what the future beholds. A little bit brighter as we look at some more upgrades to a station and the area. This time another story coming to you from Doncaster. Doncaster Station upgrades with a new concourse area, a more pedestrian-friendly car park area at the front of the station, and an area for taxis. The pedestrianised area will feature fountains, grass areas to sit, and benches to sit, and lots of areas to walk around. In my opinion, they've done a great job with this, with the 1930s and the modern style squashed together into one compact thing. Here is the before of the front of the station, and here is the after. They really have got that 1930s styling well, and it works quite well with the modern lighting and stuff, as well as in the concourse. The train station and forecourt have been transformed into an open, vibrant, welcoming and easy accessible new arrival point for Doncaster. We have transformed the station forecourt. It has become a quality gateway which delivers a great first impression for visitors arriving in Doncaster by train. This will help stimulate the interests for investors and developers, helping to attract new investment and create jobs for the borough and wider region. And now to be actually serious about this story, this is a quick warning video about trespassing and vandalism on the railways. I've got all this information from the Network Rail website. I will link it down below. Because trespassing and vandalism on the railways in the UK during this COVID pandemic is getting worse and worse. And not just in busy cities and stuff, it's happening all over. So here are some images and words of advice from myself about trespassing on the railway. Okay, let's end with this short presentation by myself. Trespassing on the railway network is a growing problem. People fail to understand the danger they put themselves and others in when they make the choice to step on the tracks. Research indicates that this is a persistent issue, particularly amongst boys aged 11 to 18 years old. There are spikes in the number of trespass incidents at key times throughout the year, one of which is across the summer holidays, late July to early September. That's why the rail industry and British Transport Police have launched a new campaign called You versus Train. Don't go left or right at a level crossing. Don't cross the tracks at all, and especially not when the trains are around. It's not just younger people. If you want to take photos, go on the platform. Warning, don't trespass on the railway. Penalty £1,000. With all that said, thanks for watching the news. Stay tuned for March's news episode, and I'll see you on the next one. Okay, with that said, goodbye folks.